Doctor Who, Cuboid in Space, Part 2. Doctor! Doctor! Look out! Wake up! But no matter how loud she yelled, Lisa could not wake the Doctor as he headed towards the machine at a very fast speed. Doctor Who, Cuboid in Space, written and read by Nick Payne, Part 2. Doctor! Lisa yelled. The Doctor did not respond. Suddenly, a bunch of soldiers then burst in and started shooting at the Autons, except for the one holding Lisa. Lisa managed to turn the Auton round so the leading soldier could shoot it in the back without harming her. Lisa then broke free, ducked underneath the blaze of bullets and the Auton arms, which were now outstretched and their hands lowered, their guns in their hands on show. The Autons fired back, killing some of the soldiers. Some of the Autons were hit by the soldiers' bullets. Lisa managed to get to the machine and turned it off, then dragged the Doctor off the conveyor belt. An Auton approached him, lowered its arms, dropped its hand and revealed its gun. Oh fuck, Lisa swore loudly. Suddenly a bullet went through the Auton's head. It fell to the floor with a loud bang. A soldier walked towards them, ushering them away from the battle back through the door. Lisa dragged the unconscious Doctor out of the room. The soldiers then retreated from the room outside to the corridor, slamming the door shut when they were all out. Bloody mess you got yourself into, Agent Hartfell, the lead soldier said. Lisa smiled. Thank you for your timing, Brigadier. Brigadier Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart smiled. No problem. Glad you called, Agent Hartfell. In case we needed backup, I can see I was right. The Doctor then stirred. What happened? The Doctor asked Lisa, the Brigadier and the soldiers. Hello, Doctor. The Doctor looked at the Brigadier. You know me? He asked. The Brigadier smiled. Doctor, the Brigadier said, I've met you before, remember? When you were a grumpy old man and a stubborn woman determined to conduct an orchestra with your own music. Now I see you're a young man with a Scottish accent who dresses like James Bond. James Bond? The Doctor asked. Really? The Doctor smiled. Lisa coughed to get his attention. Ahem. Hey, Lisa, do you think I'd make a good spy? The Doctor asked. Lisa sighed. Yes, great, but the Autons! Suddenly, an Auton smashed its way through the door. Oh, shit! 5 rounds rapid! The Brigadier cried. He and his soldiers fired at the Auton, as well as any other Autons attempting to go through. Doctor! Agent Hartfell! Run! The Brigadier yelled. The Doctor and Lisa obeyed and ran back to the TARDIS. What now? Do we go looking for those cuboids? Cuboids? Oh, the cuboids. I forgot about them. The Doctor said. Lisa sighed. We need to find out where they are coming from. Lisa said. They reached the TARDIS and went inside. The Doctor pulled a lever and the TARDIS roared into life once again. The TARDIS travelled across time and space to a planet on the other side of the galaxy, a planet called Polymos. Get real! Lisa said, half amused and half unimpressed when the Doctor told her the name of the Nestene's home world. I wasn't being funny, but I can see why you thought I was, the Doctor said with a short pause. Then they both burst out laughing. The TARDIS then landed on the planet. The Doctor and Lisa stepped out. And stepped onto the surface of Polymos, only to discover the surface. It's charcoal, the Doctor exclaimed. He was confused. It's not supposed to be like that then? Lisa asked. Not at all, the Doctor said. It should be more plastic. Lisa laughed. Yes, I suppose it is a bit funny, the Doctor said. So what happened? Lisa asked. The Doctor kneeled down to study the ground. I don't know, but I intend to find out. The doctor said and got up. Then he and Lisa walked towards a building. The building looked like a giant cuboid. They headed towards it. The doctor sonicked the door open, and they went inside. But they had forgotten to close the door. A creature followed them in. The doctor and Lisa entered a room filled with Nestenes of 2 different kinds. The first were green squid-like creatures with 6 tentacles and 1 blobby eye. The second type were larger, orange balls of liquid flesh. These ones squirmed and were able to speak with deep voices, but were also less able to move places, being stuck in big pools. Whilst the squid ones, although in tanks, could show off their long tentacles on the outside via gaps in the top. One of the liquid ones squelched, "Time Lord!" said a liquid Nestene. The other liquid Nestenes squirmed, and the squid Nestenes fumed with anger. "Doctor!" One of the squid Nestenes yelled with horror. The other Nestenes squirmed and fumed. The doctor, annoyed by the squirming and fuming, stepped forward. "Ah, hello, Nestenes." "Nestenes?" Lisa asked. The doctor turned to her. "Nestene consciousness," the doctor said. He turned his attention back to the Nestenes. "So what are you lot doing, The Nestenes squirmed and fumed. "Oh, it's going to be like that, is it?" the doctor asked crossly. "Fine, don't tell me. What do I care? Only that I could stop you right now and not know anything about your plans. We sent Cuboids off planet to try and find a new home," a squid Nestene said. The doctor looked at the one who spoke. "New home?" he inquired. "Ah yes, the surface." He kicked the ground. "Isn't stable for you." Suddenly the ground cracked underneath him and the doctor fell into the planet. He managed to hold on to the crumbling surface. Lisa again grabbed his arms and pulled him up with all her strength. Eventually the doctor was back on the surface. "What's happened here?" Lisa asked. "Yes, I'd like to know that too," added the doctor. "Plus I want to hear the rest of your plans." The Nestenes squirmed and fumed. The doctor and Lisa were starting to get fed up. Enough! They snapped. The Nestenes quietened. Then the squid Nestene who had spoken to them continued to speak. "The Cuboids were to deliver young Nestenes who could control plastic, including controlling autons, to other worlds so they could build a new home." "I see," said the doctor. A liquid Nestene then spoke. "Let's ask Potter told us to do it. They told us to go to other planets to become new Nestene worlds." The squid Nestene continued speaking. "Because our planet was attacked during the war. Our planet was all but destroyed." "The war?" the doctor asked. The Nestenes fumed and squirmed. "A time war, Doctor," a squid Nestene squirmed. "You yourself, or were or will be, depending on your current time, are part of that war." "I'm afraid I'm not part of whatever war this is," the doctor said. "Yet, at least, you will," a liquid Nestene said. The squid Nestene then resumed speaking. Something creaked behind the doctor. "And now we must stop that, and stop you from stopping us," the squid Nestene said. Suddenly a small squid Nestene pounced on the doctor. The doctor heard the Nestene and turned to look round. The Nestene landed on his face and started to strangle him. The doctor wobbled and tripped into the hole, and accidentally knocked the Nestene off. The hole widened, and Lisa grabbed the doctor's arms. The other Nestenes in the room screamed, so much that the floor all around them crumbled as they all fell down the hole. Bar one liquid Nestene who quickly escaped into a space pod with a strange liquid in a small vial. The doctor and Lisa had also managed to escape, because they were fast and had managed to get back to the TARDIS. The planet disintegrated not long afterwards. "What about the Nestenes and Autons in space and on Earth?" Lisa asked. The doctor smiled. "We need to find them and stop their plans," he said. "I don't like killing, by the way, but sometimes it's necessary. In the case of the Autons, they aren't alive anyway, but the Nestenes, guess I have no choice." "Of course you do," Lisa said. The doctor smiled. The TARDIS took them back to the plastic factory. The doctor and Lisa looked around. Where's the Brigadier and unit? Lisa asked. Gunshots could be heard from down the corridor. Down there, said the doctor, looking down the corridor. They started to walk down the corridor, a little nervous. Okay, so where do we find that Nestene? Lisa asked. The doctor walked up to a door. He opened it and looked inside. I think I found it, the doctor said. He came over to the tank. Suddenly the top burst open and green tentacles burst out. Oh shit, not again! The doctor cried as the tentacles wrapped themselves around him, attempting to strangle and crush him. Lisa then saw an Auton heading towards her. It lowered its arm and revealed its handgun. With all her strength, she shoved the Auton towards the tank. The Auton fired. The shot hit the tank. Liquid spilled out and the Nestene fumed and squirmed. It let the doctor go and the Nestene waved its tentacles in the air as it screamed. The tank then exploded, killing the Nestene, deactivating the Auton, which fell onto the floor with a loud bang, and splashing the doctor and Lisa in slime. Ew! Yeah, the doctor said. Suddenly the door opened and the unit soldiers came in. Doctor! Agent Hartfell! The Brigadier said. What happened? Oh, hello, Brigadier. The doctor said. We just stopped the Nestene for you. Oh, jolly good. Well done, Doctor. Lisa coughed. Ahem. And you too, Agent Hartfell, the Brigadier said. Lisa smiled. You're welcome. The doctor then got up. Well, we better go and get cleaned up and then we have to stop the other ones. Come, Lisa, the doctor said. He then walked out, followed by Lisa and leading units to clean up the mess. Isn't that always the way? The Brigadier remarked. M was in his office when he got a phone call. It was from Agent Lisa Hartfell. She had told him that she and a wannabe new recruit, calling himself the Doctor, wanting to be known as the Spy Doctor, had solved the case and revealed to M what had happened. They then explained that they had stopped the Nestenes and took one to an uninhabited planet. M smiled. He arranged a meeting and met with the strange man, the Doctor. After a short while, M was satisfied with the Doctor joining the space agency, and later agreed with Unit to work together at points. M was then informed by Unit that there was an invasion by a Nestene who had escaped the Doctor and Lisa, but then it accidentally killed itself in a confrontation with one of the Doctor's later incarnations. Whoops, M thought. Oh well, he had the Doctor working for him. The universe should now be a safer place. Lisa Hartfell was happy. Not only had the now self-proclaimed Spy Doctor been hired, but he was now her partner. Not only that, but if the Doctor was to continue travelling in time and space, she would also be his companion, at least at this point in his timeline. But Lisa wanted to know why the Doctor had landed in the meadow on Earth and fainted in the first place when he first arrived when the events with the Nestene had started. Well, you see, my last self got into trouble with my people, the Doctor explained. So they exiled me off my planet with the possibility of returning at some point, but they need a lot of convincing. Part of the sentence was that I was to change my appearance. Again, changing from my predecessor to me, and I guess they sent the TARDIS to Earth. Or the old girl took me to a place that had some trouble going on, I suppose. I suppose I should be grateful that they did exile me to one planet at one time. Then again, they exiled the Rani off our home planet, but not to one specific time or place, and that may have been a big mistake on their part. Right, Lisa said. The Doctor smiled. Anyway, the adventure continues. Now, do I have an office? Lisa laughed. The end.